Boom. I refer to him as Yves. I don't know. I just that's how I thought I pronounced it. It's Yves. Yves Sekia, 30-year-old Congolese man, uh, gets stampeded, suffocated to death after an alleged shoplifting incident at one of Dublin's higher end retail stores on Henry Street, bang in the middle of the capital of Ireland, country of Ireland, capital Dublin. 7 security personnel, one of black origin, and I'll get to why the origin matters. One of Asian origin, Asian, like Asian. And how many were they? 6 or 7. Yeah, and the 3 or 4 remaining ones were locals. So of the Irish race, nationality, white race. Can I say his name on Adolfo? Adolfo was from Austria. Does that mean we condemn every single Austrian living person on this planet to this day? Every white Austrian. We don't condemn them. We give them a medal. I'm joking. So based. Just saying. Then I mean, if you get offended that people get called out for their racism, your fellow countrymen get called out for racism, you're one of the racists then, because there's no way you get offended like, why are you calling this country racist? Why are you calling this race racist? No one is doing that. Don't be ashamed of of being white. Actually, don't. I don't think there's an attack on the white race. I do not think so. But I think there is. Don't be ashamed. Remember, kids, don't be ashamed for being white. Be ashamed for being racist. And if you're not racist, you have nothing to prove. And I promise you, bro. Come out with a statement, and if someone attacks you for just being what you are, the comments will defend you. People from all races will defend you. So it's not about that. If you get pissed off, you're probably the racist. You probably have hatred in your heart, and that applies. If the shoe fits, wear it. And if the comments are hurting you, that means there is some sort of hint of racism in you that you don't like. That's the only reason you're getting upset about it in the first place. Oh, but there's some people, like if they're saying all people coming from a certain country are causing crime, from a North African country are causing crime. Saying all, I can sit down and debate and say, no, that's not true. Is there a percentage of? Sure. Does that mean you condemn everyone who's been here, from people who came from North African countries from 20, 30 years ago? Or even the newcomers have came in the last 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 years, but have done something for themselves and integrated into society perfectly. I'm not going to get pissed off. No one is saying this the whole country. People say that there is racism in Ireland. No one's calling Ireland racist. A few comments, I'll be real, a few comments have worded it like that. It's not nice if you're local, indigenous to the island, and you're posting vids every other day. To be honest, if you're known for posting vids, people are going to recognize you, so you won't get caught that. But say you've never had a TikTok account, you don't have Instagram, you have Facebook, you're middle-aged, you've had a few friends from different places, and you've had mostly friends from your own kind, whatever. You've had a few, you've fairly well traveled, or you've been to a few countries, 2-3 countries max, all in Europe, for example. You've had a couple runners from a couple friends from different races. Mostly, you don't stick to your own race, but that's the place you're gonna grow up in, for example. Now, I do encourage you to. It is mandatory for you to go out of your way to befriend people from all walks of life. Trust me, it adds more to your character. It's plus points for you. Trust me, with the women, with the culture, with the food, just more friends. That it's good. It's good. I'm saying this to everyone. Never stick it to just what it looks like. Is but if you just by default, that's you grow up in whatever small, I don't know. Now it's too niche, like small village or whatever. Your town didn't have as many, or you back in the days, your school didn't have kids from that many different nationalities. You stick to what you know. Maybe you don't like people at all. Maybe you don't like people at all, and just take family, close friends, or barely any friends, close family, or just a family. Maybe you don't like anyone. Maybe you do not like humans, and you stick to yourself. Yeah, but again, you have a racist bone in my body. You never went out of your way to hurt someone because of their race. You haven't had a bad run-in with anyone, or you never had a bad run-in with anyone because of their race. Or you never had a bad run-in with anyone from a different race, simple as, because you simply haven't been in an environment to interact with someone else. And then you see the comments, and you thought, but surely you can't think everything is like handy dandy and like nothing, because we've had George Kent, show me rest in peace. We've had this now. We've had the far right protests for a while. So I think now more than ever, you can't say in 2026, you cannot say I'm not into politics, and you can't say that there's something wrong with the world everywhere. Well, there's racism or other stuff, right? Everything going on with the city or with the country as a whole right now, tensions. You can't even say call it racist. I mean tensions within the far right community to aggravate or poke at other races, or outrageous attacks, verbal or physical attacks. That's the thing, right? Now I don't expect you to be informed. Especially I'm saying this is someone who's not informed, who's never been in a race war online. Like you've never went back and forth about racial comments ever. You're a trucker. You're a trucker. Your school was mostly your white. Say this is Ireland. You've been to a few places in Europe. You've had a couple of mates from a different nationalities, not too close. You don't have any close mates. You're not involved. You see the comment, Ireland is racist, and you've never seen it firsthand, and you never partook in it. You've never been racist to anyone else. So you're saying Ireland is racist. Me whole Ireland is racist. I've never seen it. Just because you haven't seen it doesn't mean it doesn't happen, and it happens on a daily, and you're not expected to relate because you're in the country of origin, like you're in not home field, like everywhere you look is someone from the same colour, right? Or if you want to go deeper, same religion or same background, so you're not going to feel it, right? And you've never left your, sounds like a diss, I'm not dissing you, never left your village, or you've never left your small city or county. You've travelled, you've been between counties, you just never left your environment, so you haven't been in the environment, right? Most of the kids in your school, same church, for example. There's always a few prods in this joke. Most kids, same church, yeah. Family, friends, or family, or friends of family. Do you get me? That's not no fault of your own. Like 34 years ago, 30 years ago. Hold on, that's 90s, isn't it? Again, ancient over here. Not me. You. If you're born in the 1900s, again, ancient. Say you're 40 now, and if you're 40 now, you were in school during the 90s. Whatever it was, and you had not a single black, Asian, or African or kid in your school, right? You've been to a couple of countries, you've had a couple of friends who follow, I don't know, you're a bus driver or you're a trucker, and you have a friend from this race and a friend from this race, and you go back home like, yeah, he's sound, and that's all you have. Like that's all the contact you have in the community. You've never done him harm, he's never done you harm, and you don't go online, so you don't see the harm that's being done to other coloured folks or people from different religion or background or nationality. So you read Ireland is racist, you're like, Ireland's racist. I've never done anything wrong. You look to your wife, you look to your kids, you look to your dad. If you're assuming you're good people, and most people are good people here and elsewhere. As like you have, I know all these things popping up. You think there's evil in the world, and the evil is absolutely prominent, unfortunately. But for the most part, people are good. You have to have that in your mind. You look around. Have you insulted anyone from a different kind of color? I mean, you can make jokes within your family. No one's there to police or monitor like jokes you make when you're locked with the family drinking and whatnot. That's a bit much, in my opinion. Have you ever done a hate crime? You look at your circle, your family, or your family, extended family of friends, or your town or village. No one's done it. So you reading Ireland is a racist. Ireland is a racist country specifically. Like, bollocks, me whole Ireland's a racist country, and you go back to obviously we were slaves as well. We've been refugees elsewhere in a different country, in different continents. You saying this, so I do say that when people say Ireland's a just the wording is different. For us progressives, they were just say there's racism in Ireland, and even if you've seen it prominent, say there's prominent or there's groups that have become prominent recently, or groups that have been silent for a long time who have now recently resurfaced, but to label the whole country is triggering to someone who's never had that much interaction with anyone other than in a different race, and whatever interaction they had has been pleasant. So them reading Ireland's a racist country is triggering. So you want to not recruit these people, but want to tell these people that no one's attacking you for being your colour or your religion or your country or your nationality, not in your own country anyway, your own nation. People are attacking the very minute that do, systemically. That's I think I made myself. That's fairly clear. I hope that's what most people think. But I've read a few comments. Ireland is a racist country. We put racist and then the flag in the same thing, and it feels like an attack, to be honest. And I'm not defending. I'm not doing the Tame Mercer over here. I'm not defending anything. But Ireland is a racist country. You click on the profile. It's a first generation, second generation, or someone who's mixed. Let alone if someone from a national indigenous from the country. Ireland is a racist country, and you put Ireland flag racist. Like the optics of it is not good. At the top, the optics of it looks like an attack on the country. It's not nice, and it's not true. It's not true. However many, and maybe now it's more prevalent, racism, because there've been a lot of nationalities coming in. You'd see a lot of a clashing of what personalities, or just a clash of people in general. And it's mostly, by the way, it's never in the higher echelons. I guess it's always in the lower, like middle, upper, even middle, lower, working class, or lower. I don't like to say lower class, but lower, whatever class it is. But so just guys, try to target your attack towards the racism rather than where it's coming from. And even if the pattern is there, then identify the people who are doing that pattern repeatedly rather than attacking the nation they're in, because there's 6 million people, bro. You cannot. And people aren't. It's only a minute, but those people get, like let's call him Joe, the person I described, this trucker who's never been he's never had a back and forth with anyone from a different race because of how limited he's been into his interactions have been with other races. However, he's a good guy, good Joe, average Joe, regular Joe, good guy, So people like that are going to see that and say, Ireland's a racist. I'm from Ireland and I've lived here my whole life, and no one that I know from Ireland is a racist country. So you should, the wording, the phrasing, again, so target your hatred towards the racists rather than the community or the town even, or the city they come from, basically.